Alright, I'm just going to do a little bit of a rundown on how I mounted this bag. This is a classic Moto Gear Extreme, whatever, on Amazon. They're like 30 bucks, 40 bucks, I don't remember. I think it was 30. This is actually a tail bag model. I had it on my last Lightning, and this is their, where is it? I have their tank bags. Here it is. This is their tank bag model, which is pretty much the same thing. This one's magnetic though, and on my last Lightning, I mounted magnets underneath the plastic airbox cover. It worked okay, but the angle of how these are spread out and the way that it was mounted on the tank, they were oftentimes pushed up like this when they were mounted on the side of the tank. And so it kind of popped the tank bag up a little bit, and I didn't really like that. What I did like about it is the size and that it's not like round like all the other ones. They're usually like hump shaped, or you got to buy the adventure ones that are flat, but then they kind of go down at an angle like that to follow the tank. Those are okay, but they're really expensive, and I didn't want to do that. So this is what I did. I had this, I guess, from my last one. I have the full luggage kit, and it's pretty good quality stuff. I did have one of the buckles break on the tank bag, the way I had it mounted, but that was my own fault because it was mounted to the top clamp, and so when I would turn, it would stress it continuously. So you can't really see. Let me grab a light here. Well, that one's freaking dead. You can see kind of right here. Here's the clamps. And here's the other ones. I have these just under the seat. They're just mounted to like the shock mounts. I have them just wrapped around that. Make sure if you do that you go in between wires and that mount, because there's a head temp sensor on this side that you can definitely pinch in between there if you're not paying attention, and that'll kind of ruin your day. So yep, I have it mounted back there, and then up here I just have it basically going underneath, going around the, you can kind of see it. I got it underneath the wires here. And then it goes up underneath, in between the isolator and the steering stem. And the bike can go full lock and it won't touch anything, so that's cool as well. I had it mounted too far forward, but since this is an, I don't know what year they stopped making the intake right there, and that's just a cooler, but I had this too far forward. Sorry, my camera work is shoddy, and it was covering the intake, so I moved it back a bit. So I guess I can show you what the bag is about. It's very sturdily mounted. The only movement is the top here. The bottom doesn't move at all. I cut up an old sweatshirt I had here in the garage, and I looped it through this back part because I didn't want these touching the tank. And since it's a tail bag, it's not really worried about plastics, so I mounted that just to keep it, and it doesn't look the best, but this is what I had on hand. And then the same thing back here, I used like 6 zip ties trying to figure out different ways to mount it. So it's the same thing. I really like these bags. I think they're underrated. Everybody like thinks that you got to spend $100 on a tank bag. Here's just a little pocket. I don't really know what you put in there. It's another same thing on this side. You know, just a little, not a very big pocket. Put some Slim Jims in there or something. I don't know. Here's the top piece. It opens up like this. I got some things in here. I got my bike registration and insurance. It's pretty decent sized. The tank bag before, made by the same company, did expand, but this one doesn't. But this is much more rigid since it's a tail bag. I mean, look at this. It's not hardly moving at all. There's hard foam in there. So it keeps its shape. It looks good. Another thing I really like about these bags is up here, there's a zipper, and if you pull that zipper inside of it, if I can get it out of here, is a super high vis rain cover, and it's sewn into the bag so you can't lose it. And then you got a high vis rain cover that can go over top of it. I really like that. I think that's pretty sweet. I'll get that stuff back in here. The only thing I don't like is there's not a map pocket on this. But I think what I'm going to do is buy one. You can buy those whatever mat pockets that are Velcroed to other bags. Then just get some dual lock or some Velcro and epoxy it up here, and then figure out something. I don't know what I'll do down here. Maybe I'll sew a piece of Velcro right here so that it can snap to it, and then you can pull it off and go into a gas station when you're lost as hell. And it's got reflective piping. It actually is reflective. You're not gonna be able to see that because my body will be in the way, but that's what it is. Whoops. This is 2008. Whoops. 2008 Ulysses. Got T-Rex crash bars on it too. But so that's the tank bag. I just thought I would share that with everybody. It's what I found. I put a thread up on Buell XB about trying to find different tank bags, and I've been looking, and I've been trying to figure out, how much I'm going to spend on one. Then I realized I had this old tail bag because I'm very upset at my car. I'm trying to do the CV axle, and I needed a brake, and I saw this, and I figured I'll set it on there, see what it looks like. And I mean, it's got a good profile on it. I mean, yeah, it looks good. I think it looks good. It's a good looking, I think it's a good looking tank bag. Fits the bike well. I like square ones. I don't like tapered ones. I don't know why, but it just seems like they're losing a lot of storage space when you start tapering them too much. So, all right, thanks for watching.